I got biodynamics. Beats by Jerry. Some Guild Wars? What in the hell? Purple stuff. MoFi? What on earth is MoFi? So these giant, strange-looking headphones are MoFi. I don't even know where to start with these things because they're not like any other headphones that I've ever seen. You know, there's a lot of guys out there who carry around a separate DAC, like a little portable. This is not a DAC. This is I'm just pantomiming, but using a prop. Some people carry around a portable DAC. Well, these have a DAC built in, and the DAC does a couple different things. First off, battery life on the DAC. You charge it using USB right over here. It takes about 3 or 4 hours to charge. And then you'll get about 12 hours of power with the DAC, and it just really boosts the signal. It's not adding any color whatsoever, just cranking it up for you guys. Damn, these things really seal things. Now there's also something, there's like 2 different settings. There's on and then there's on plus. Now what on plus does is it actually gives you a boost, the 63 hertz range, and that gives you just a little bit more kick. Especially when you're out there on the go or something, or you're hanging out at your computer and you just want just a little bit more kick. What's interesting is this is done, it's analog. This is this little switch right here. Switch it over there and it gives you a boost. It's really nice. Now, there's a lot of these things out there you see one with bass boost technology and it becomes like boomy and flabby sounding almost. Is that the right way? It sounds kind of flabby to me. These have 50 millimeter titanium reinforced dynamic drivers here. Man, these things are sealed tight. Now, they're big and they're a little bit heavy. They're 1.03 pounds. Cable length they give you is 3.9 feet. That's not too bad. Impedance is 42 ohms on these things just out of the box. So you can listen to these just fine without having to drive them at all. Giving them an extra boost is nice, but on plus is really the thing that I think a lot of people are going to buy these for. That extra little kick right at the 65 hertz mark. Sounds pretty nice. Other specs, frequency response range is 15 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Signal to noise ratio is 105 decibels. Output power is 240 milliwatts. So you can actually adjust the tension and the suspension. These things, they're coming to get you, man. They're coming to get you. These things have a pretty tight clamping factor. I would say at the tightest for someone with my head, it's not usable. It's just going to give me a headache. But you go on the top here and there's a little dial here. You can make it increase or decrease the clamping factor on these. So it'll give you a more custom tailored fit. One other thing that I think is pretty interesting about these is when you take them off, you're wearing them, the audio works. As soon as you take them off and do this, they mute. I was like, what the hell? And then you do this and then audio comes back on. It's kind of weird, but also kind of interesting. Of course, these are over the ear, and the memory foam in here and the leather feels really good. Like, this feels really freaking good, guys. These things sound really good, too. So let's talk about that for just a second. How do they sound? Well, they're crisp. They definitely have that hi-fi sound. Just a little bit of sparkle on top, decent mids, and then a little bit of boom on the bottom. These are not analytical at all, but they sound really good. So if you're looking for like a fun pair of headphones or something that just has a bit of kick, but also it's clean, there's no moneyness in the sound, from my perception. They just sound really good. Now, the thing that I think is going to deter a lot of people is these are not something that most people are going to want to carry around or wear for long periods of time because of, the fact that they're heavy. The fact that they're pillowy sort of negates that a little bit. They're so soft and they feel nice on your head. But after a while, I was editing some videos wearing these. After a while, I was really aware that I was wearing them. And I'm a big guy. If you're someone with maybe a smaller head, I wear a 7 1/4 hat. If you wear a smaller hat, they may be a little bit more comfortable on you, but I would like them to be, a little bit looser on my head. Another thing that's interesting about being able to adjust the clamping factor is the fact that you can sort of isolate the background noise a little bit more with these if you tighten it up. And that can also make the bass frequencies sound a little more full. That's the cord we get. This is long. It's longer than 3 feet. This is like 3 years long. That's the extension cable. Yep. This is for plugging up to your phones and that sort of thing. And then we got some adapters here. Got a 1/4 inch if you want to go to a 1/4 inch. You can do that. USB for charging, airplane adapter, and charger. Also comes with a really nice feeling. Oh, this is a really nice case here. So would I recommend these? Yes and no. They sound amazing. The bass boost is unique. You do not need an amp with these because they have a built-in amp, but they work fine without an amp because the impedance is low enough. I mean, like 42 ohms or whatever. They work fine without an amp. Even with my phone, they sounded just fine. I was able to turn it up pretty loud, but if you really want that extra kick, the amp is very clean on the inside. It just takes the signal and amplifies it. There's no color whatsoever. So if you can handle headphones that are a bit tight, have a good clamping factor, and are heavy, they do sound really good. And you also got to look at the price range and think about that. But they're extremely well built, very unique, big, heavy. They don't apologize for it because there's a built-in amp. So that's the Blue MoFi. They're pretty interesting, and there's not really much else out there like them. So check them out. Go ahead and grab stuff in the store, guys. Right up here, we got freaking t-shirts, the nicest t-shirts in the land. And then, yeah, like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. See you guys in the comments. All right, everybody. My name's Pants Stevens. Pants Stevens, spelled with a K. Pants. Thinking that stuff, but this is the... yes.